Hey guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. For those who don't know, I am Psychic Bella Love, aka Bella Basso. You can book your own personal private reading with me on psychicbellalove.com. I am going to be extending the discount of using Bella20 at checkout to get 20% off of your first reading with me. I'm also adding more availability times because I know that some people did want more availability in the mornings and everything, so I'm also adding that. So by the time that this video is up, all of that will be active on my website. So if you wanted to book your own personal private reading with me, go to psychicbellalove.com and enter Bella20 at checkout for 20% off your personal private reading with me. So right now it is Thursday, November 5th, and it is around 11 a.m. here in California. We've been sort of so dominated, by all of this election news. And I know that there's some people who are going to be like, oh my God, why didn't you do a reading on the election? What's going to happen? And other people who are just like having election fatigue and needed a little bit of an escape. So I thought that, let's go with the latter. Not to say that we won't do any election related readings and stuff like that, because it does seem like, even though Joe Biden seems to be ahead right now, we still have all of these other states that haven't finished, tallying the votes and everything. And unfortunately, those are states that we need the final tally in so that we can call it. But of course, Trump is also going to challenge this as far as he can. And so it's still, a little bit of chaos. But I wanted to talk about something a little different. So you guys tend to give me suggestions, either on Instagram, DMs, emails, whatever. Clients suggest things to me during readings that they'd like me to look at. And of course, in the comments on here. And if there is something in particular that you guys do want me to do a reading on, please, please, please let me know. I know that there is somebody who requested me to look into some group that I had never heard of. So I am doing my research on that, because I just got to know, what am I looking at, especially since I don't know the situation, so that way I can ask the right questions. But today, who we're going to be looking at is Adam22 and Lena the Plug's relationship. So a lot of people have had questions about their relationship, because some people seem to think that, he doesn't seem to care as much about her as she seems to as him. They do have the OnlyFans cam stuff going on. I'm trying to be careful about how I word certain things, because, I don't want to get in trouble here on the platform. But I definitely do get, I understand where people sort of have those questions, concerns, whatever. But also just keep in mind that sometimes, some people aren't super demonstrative of their relationship, their feelings, all of that kind of stuff out in the public. But then they can be very devoted to their partner, in real life. And so Adam might be super into Lena and just completely head over heels in love with her, but he, might just have a little bit of that kind of personality that he's not going to be like, I love this girl, jumping on a couch like Tom Cruise on Oprah over it. So we're going to just take a look and see what's really going on within their relationship. I know that they're also going to have a baby very soon. I think that I looked at her page just to see if she'd had the baby yet. And before I sat down to record this, I didn't. She said that she was overdue. And that was posted yesterday, I think, or the day before. So let's see what Spirit has to say about Adam22 and Lena the Plug and their relationship. So Spirit, please join us today in looking at and giving us clarity and answers onto the relationship between Lena the Plug and Adam22. None of this is for malicious intent, only to seek knowledge and glean clarity. please bless everybody who watches this video and who we ask about. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us and blessing everybody. So let's take a look, guys. And, you know, I definitely try to do the videos that everybody wants to know about because there is a lot of, you know, like current things going on. However, I also like to kind of do the stuff that maybe nobody else has really been doing a lot of readings on, just because I know that sometimes people do still have questions. And we do have other videos that I am recording today and tomorrow. So if, like I said, if there is anybody in particular that you guys really want me to look at, please, please, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. YouTube is such a different new platform to me. Like, I'm used to Instagram, but YouTube is definitely something else entirely. And I have to say that part of this is conquering a little bit of a fear for me. I don't know why, like, YouTube always makes me so nervous to do the same things that I could get on Instagram and do, but I guess it's just that uncharted territory. And, you know, I haven't really spoken out about this too much, you know, whether it was on Instagram or YouTube, just out of respect and also just out of trying to catch my breath, I guess. But I had a friend who passed away, and the few videos that I had done here on Instagram, she really truly enjoyed, you know, and she always wanted me to do more of them. So I think that, you know, with her passing, it's definitely, I think, a little bit in honor of her that I actually got off my butt and decided to do this. So, okay. Well, the first thing is that she shows up as being much more the emotional one in this situation with the Page of Cups. Page tends to represent, you know, female energy, but in a not so like I'm the queen sort of way, but I'm almost there. Like, I would call this like the energy of somebody who's, you know, sort of trying to get into early adulthood. But also because he shows up as the King of Wands facing her, I also get that he doesn't feel like she's a queen to him. You know, it's like, I'm definitely a man, but he just sort of, it's almost like he looks at her as a little girl at times. And that is really just because I think that she does have a little bit of I know she can be very mature, you know, and she's, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you know, kind of stuff. But for whatever reason, you know, her sort of always being excited about doing the grown-up things and all of that kind of stuff makes him really do kind of see her as a little girl. But he keeps those to himself with the Star card. She actually sees herself as the magician, that she got what she wanted out of this relationship. Like, I walked in, you weren't expecting this, maybe you didn't plan on it, maybe you didn't want it, but, you know, I got what I wanted out of this situation. I got you to actually be my boyfriend. You know, I got to have this relationship with you that I probably would not have had if I hadn't done certain things or sort of proved myself, is sort of the way that Spirit is saying that. Now, they actually, with the Six of Pentacles, she feels like sometimes like she does have to sort of like do things to get his attention, because his focus usually is more on other things going on in his life. With this Eight of Pentacles, it's like work, money, you know, he showed up as the King of Wands. That's somebody who's very, you know, focused on trying to build something. I do find it, you know, interesting that he comes up as the King of Wands and not the King of Pentacles, but I guess he doesn't quite make as much money as he is focused on trying to make as well. There's actually a lot of times, you guys, he's not very nice to her, and he kind of walks out on her and fights, because he comes up as the King of Swords with this Eight of Cups, and it's like they'll argue about stuff, or like when she's really trying to focus on like, please pay attention to me, like let's spend time together, let's do this, and he's like, I'm gonna go to the store and film 28 podcasts in a row, and then I'm gonna spend all night at the studio watching Young Thug record his next album and stuff. And it's like, but can we spend time together? Like, I haven't seen you all week. Like, you come home and you go to sleep, you know, and I'm sort of here by myself. And then when we are spending time together, we're working because we're creating content for our side stuff that we have going on, meaning, you know, the webcam stuff. And it starts into like, he gets really mad, like really mad. Like, his focus is so much on his business adventures at times that it's like, if you even expect him to spend an extra 5 minutes at home before he goes to work, or try to ask him anything, to do anything when he's very focused on something that has to do with his business, he's just that person that's like, leave me the hell alone, and walks out the door. Like, you can't do that with him. Like, he won't listen. So with the Five of Wands, you know, there is, and with that King of Swords and Eight of Cups, there is a lot of like arguing that happens sometimes, and fighting, and then having to fix things. But she shows up as the Page of Wands again. You know, she's only showing up as these page cards, which is a little concerning to me, at least in these cards that I pulled, where, you know, she's with this Nine of Wands. She's the one that always fixes it when they have an argument. He doesn't really apologize a whole lot to her, even if he's the one that started it, you know. And the other thing is too, okay, now she comes up as the Queen of Wands in this, like, you know, the last, the bottom of the deck energy, flanked by the High Priestess. But then we also have this Four of Cups and this Eight of Swords. So it's like, she goes out of her way trying to fix things. Usually it doesn't work right away. And then she ends up even more upset, and then she has to pull something out of her hat to make it better. So, and it's almost like I hate to say it, but I feel like there's this sense of like, she's always afraid that he's gonna leave her. You know, she's not comfortable and completely settled in this relationship. And I did look, and I saw that they've been together for about 4 years now. So it is a little like kind of like concerning to me that somebody would be with somebody for four whole entire years, be having a baby with them, and yet you still don't feel like your place within this relationship is 100% secure. And so she's sort of always worried. You know, like, if I don't be the one to apologize, or even if like you like went off crazy on me because you're stressed out and having a bad day, I didn't do anything except ask you, do you want eggs or oatmeal for breakfast? You cussed me out, you storm out of the house. I feel like I have to be the person to fix it, because if I don't, you might not come back. You might not walk back through that door. And again, you know, like I said, it's a little concerning that you've been with somebody for 4 years, you own a home together, you do business together, you have a child, but yet as the female in this relationship, you don't feel so comfortable and so settled to be able to, you know, just live your life and not be so scared that your man's gonna leave because of this. You know, I hate to say this too. I really, 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 really fucking hate to see this. Excuse my language. I hate when I get like really bad stuff in readings. Again, you know, like when I pulled from my Tarot of Dreams deck just to look at, I usually look at this as more of the emotional side of things. You know, that's what these cards usually are, or more based around a relationship. Again, he shows up as the King of Swords. Like, I'm gonna accomplish things. I'm gonna get you out of my way. Like, don't anybody get in my way. and he can be extremely irritable at times. I know the dude smokes a lot of weed, so it is a little interesting that he would get so irritated. But it is because with this Four of Coins and this Palace of Wands, it's all about him trying to create something, trying to build something, and he feels like, even though a lot of us would look at him like, you've accomplished a lot, dude. Like, you have really made this whole social media game thing work for you. He doesn't see it that way. Like, he looks at other people who are his peers around him, people doing the same things as him, and it's like, I gotta be better, I gotta be bigger. Like, you did that great interview, now I gotta go score a better one. Like, he's always trying to elevate, but also keep up with the people around him. Like, for whatever reason, he feels like he's not doing as much as others in the same lane as him, and that it could, like, it's almost like at any second this could all leave, and so I have to make sure that I've made the most of it while I can. I have to capitalize off of this. And I do get, like, he's actually trying to start, there's other businesses that he's trying to start, one with her, but then also something more connected to his actual company. It might be going back to his roots of BMX, because I do feel like there is several projects that we're going to see coming out from him next year. And more so, I would say, like, around June is when a lot of these things are going to be announced, where he's going to be adding different things to the lineup of what he does at this moment. Now, she comes up as the Queen of Cups. You know, she's very emotional. She's very giving to him. I'm glad that we're finally seeing queen cards here. I mean, I'm still getting pages and everything, but she is, and I think that this has a lot to do with her, you know, transforming into a mother. You're gonna be very emotional. You're gonna be very loving, giving, nurturing, all of that kind of stuff, coming to the table with just your whole heart on your sleeve, which she does anyways, but she is elevating from that Page of Cups in that last spread to now the Queen of Cups, as she moves forward into this next chapter of her life. Now, this is where things get a little sticky, tricky, where I said, oh, fuck, you know, because, again, excuse my language, because things are going to drastically change, not only for her, but between them with this Magician card. And it's not so much 100% for the good. Right now, it, like, at first it seems good because you're adding a baby. It's a blessing. Everybody's heart is open. You're so in love with this new person. You're just in this really magical time, you know, and everything. But once the reality of all of that starts to truly set in, and it's like, okay, we haven't slept in 3 weeks. You want to go back to the office. I'm over here crying in the shower because the baby, you know, isn't nursing correctly or whatever. She's had an earache last night. That's when, again, the fighting between them starts with this Page of Swords. And it is a lot of this immaturity again, you know, where it's just like, I want to go do my own thing. And I also keep getting like this whole thing of she's gonna try, you guys, especially once she snaps back and everything, to go back to the things that she was doing before. However, I also keep getting that it's going to be harder and harder for her. Not only just because of the constraints of time that having a newborn puts upon you, and, you know, obviously having to heal from giving birth and your body getting back together and stuff. But I don't see her being so caught up in, I want to be the sexiest mom alive. Like, there might be a little bit of that right when she first, you know, sort of starts getting back into everything, because everybody does go through that phase. I'm a mom, I've been there too, like, where you have felt like you've gone through so many changes in your life, first being pregnant and then trying to adjust to being a parent, that you do want to sort of like reclaim yourself. And especially once you start feeling good again, like, look at me, you know, like, I'm out here, world. But then it's like the novelty of that falls off so quickly for her. And I feel actually like she's going to want to do more family channel kind of things, more like mom vlogs, couple vlogs, look at our, you know, life with the baby and everything. And it is going to work out for her in the sense of, you know, people being extremely interested in that. However, on a personal level within their relationship, I feel that actually taking a toll on them. Now, what Spirit is saying is a lot of those times when it was like, I need your attention, I want you to pay attention to me, you know, or her sort of way of getting that back was like, oh, let's do this collab, you know, and I'm just going to throw one out that I even know about because I don't pay any attention to that part of their lives, is Trisha Paytas. You know, like, we're going to go hook up with Trisha Paytas and film it for the webcam stuff. And that always draws him back in because he looks at it as, number one, I get to go hook up with some other girl. Well, guy wouldn't love that. But also, it's business. We're going to make money from it. You know, cool. But she doesn't want to do that anymore. It's like, I don't want to rely on having to do stuff to get your attention. I don't want to have to be the one that's always... It's like she's just going to kind of grow out of the way that things were between them. And she wants to make all these big changes, whereas he was told, was assuming, was thinking that their relationship was going to be, and their lives were going to be exactly the same as it was before, just add a baby into the mix, which, you know, anybody that's had kids knows, good luck with that. But he, you know, like a lot of us new parents, just thought, my life's going to be the same. I just have a baby that's going to be, you know, in the house with us too. There is going to be, there's a moment that's coming up that really blindsides Lena with some stuff that comes to light about him, about people that he's been involved with. And with this 5 of Cups, she's going to be devastated, and it does seem like a tower moment for them. So I hate to say this, but I feel, and we'll ask more, you know, from the cards to get more information, like why did we get this tower card? But I really, really feel like it might be involving another woman. And it might be like, well, you were recovering and you were breastfeeding and you weren't paying attention to me. And, you know, we already were inviting people into our lives like that. So I thought that it was okay for me to do it, because it is showing with the Strength card, she's going to be, and I feel like this might actually like come out in public. Like this person might expose him. And with this 7 of Wands, she's fighting against everybody. Not just him. It's like, I feel like between this Strength and this Wands card, I feel like, you know, she's going to do the stand by your man thing and no, it didn't happen that way, or I knew about it, or like, that's just how we are. But the truth is something completely different. But it's just, I had a baby. People already shit on our relationship all the time. People already make all these judgments about us. I don't want to have to deal with this right now. Like, I would rather just, you know, lie, cover it up, whatever, and make it go away than to have this dragged out and have to keep fighting everybody, because it's like I have so much else going on in my life. Now, she is going to be really relying on her faith. She's going to be really like, I don't feel like she's going to feel like she has to leave because of this situation. She's actually going to be more scared with this Tower card coming up that he's leaving her rather than her leaving him. You know, of course we get the Palace of Cups, where anytime that somebody makes a big mistake, they're groveling, I'm sorry, I'm going to make it up to you, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So there is, I feel like, you know, when this happens, we're going to get all kinds of like family pictures together, him posting like, oh, my wife and my baby. They might even get engaged because of it, you know, but behind the scenes, what's going on, she's going to be absolutely devastated. So Spirit, can you explain What is this Tower card moment that is coming between Adam and Lena? And Spirit's saying, too, they've had several breakups behind the scenes that they never spoke about. Because I've heard her talk about their relationship, like, a few times in, I don't really, I mean, I'll be honest, like, I don't really watch Lena's vlogs or her channel all that much. Like, I think I watched, like, 2 of her videos once just to kind of figure out, like, who is this girl that Adam's dating? Adam, I only really ever watch his channel or his videos if there's something that, you know, happened in hip-hop, like Tekashi 6ix9ine did something crazy, and it just pops up on my YouTube that he made a video about it, and I'm like, oh, let me see what actually happened, you know, because he's reporting on it or something like that, or if there is some really great interview. But I don't pay a whole lot of attention to either one of them. But what I have heard from her, you know, and talking on some of his podcasts and stuff, because I did try to get into more of his content and it just didn't grab me. He talks about a lot of rappers that I don't know who they are. I'm not, like, super into the SoundCloud people or the up-and-coming rappers, you know, like the Lil Pumps. And I couldn't tell you, like, what songs that they actually have or anything like that. So I don't super watch him, but I have seen her talk about, you know, like I said, their relationship, and she always just tries to make it seem like, yeah, I wore him down, you know, almost like in a Steve Urkel kind of way. Like, I hung around and never disappeared, and we just ended up together. And it is cute, you know, like how she sort of describes it and stuff, but I've never really heard her talk about them having huge fights, huge breakups, the Adam's this way or that way. But I always did get the sense from her that she was clinging to him in this relationship and really wanting it to work out. So you know, that's where my interest was kind of piqued anyways, and then people were asking about this, so let's see. But like I said, Spirit said they've had several breakups behind the scenes, but neither one of them has ever come out with it. And it's like, for him, like, he just sort of feels like, yeah, whatever, like, it wouldn't really be anybody's business anyways. She doesn't want the embarrassment coming out. But when they do have their breakups, they sort of always figure, like, we'll probably get back together anyways or whatever, right? And Spirit keeps saying something about she would much rather, like, especially after this, you know, having the baby and settling into her new life and stuff, she is going to be much more interested in trying to, you know, sort of follow along with being, like, a family channel and things like that. Like, the Ace family, like, is what keeps coming up of her looking at that and being like, wow, you know, like, I want that life, you know, even though she's a YouTuber herself. Anybody who has any sort of life on social media knows that what you see online is not always the reality. It's just what you choose to put out there. However, you know, it's like, to her, it really does just seem incredible. Like, oh my God, like, that's just exactly like the kind of life that I always saw myself, you know, having. So with this Lovers card, even though I didn't get the 3 of Swords yet, you know, I'm going to ask the other deck again too. I do get, though, that it, you know, because I think it coming up as the Lovers card with this Page of Swords and this Page of Cups, I feel like it was just such a one-night thing or just some quick little fling. It probably is somebody that they already have been involved with in the past, you know? Because with this World card coming up, it's giving me the energy of familiarity. You know, like, I already know you. I've already, like, hung around you. We all know you. And then with this Moon card and then this 9 of Swords, you know, it's like, it's the betrayal. And she's looking at it as, because again, she's sort of coming up as this Page of Cups, and this other person is coming up as this Page of Swords. So it's definitely a friend of hers. But it's like, you betrayed me. Like, why would you do that? Like, you know that there's rules to things and that you don't just hook up with my man without there being some sort of agreement ahead of time that this is what's gonna go on, or that I'm involved or whatever. And see, it's like, again, this Magician card coming up. In this sense, it's more about the deception. It's more about, I took something on upon myself and tried to turn it into something else that it actually wasn't supposed to be. Which, again, would be, yeah, we have an agreement that ahead of time we will say, we want to bring, again, I'm just using somebody that I know of, Trisha Paytas, into this and hook up with her and film content with her and everything. That is okay. However, when you go behind my back and hook up with her, like, that's not cool. And I'm not saying it's Trisha Paytas, guys. I do not get that it is her. She has nothing to do with this. It's just, she's the only person that I can think of that they have hooked up with, because I don't know porn stars. I don't know their names. I don't know the webcam life, you know. I don't know any of that stuff. And there's no judgment against sex work. Get it how you live it, girl. But it is, you know, there's rules to open relationships and to these sorts of situations, and he is not following through on them. And with this Judgment card coming up, you know, that's where I feel like the truth comes to light. She finds out about it. She is going to be pulled back with this Hangman, where she's gonna, you know, end up having to sort of, you know, lie her way out of it, or just to go along with it or whatever, to keep the peace, as the way that she's seeing it, to keep her family. Because with this 10 of Wands, I'm doing what I have to keep things together. Adam's actually, I think he might actually be a little nervous with the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Coins, this 3 of Wands, this 3 of Coins, this 5 of Wands. There is so much arguing, so much fighting behind the scenes, but they're all going to put on a united front for, you know, the world. But he does feel like with this Justice card and the 6 of Wands, he comes out victorious, only because she, again, you know, like I said, she decides to stand by her man. And she's looking at it as, again, like I said, I just had a family. I want to keep my family together. I obviously really care about and love this person. And I don't want, you know, some other, let's just be honest, some other bitch to have the joy of being the person that broke up my family. It's like, if I'm going to break up with him, I'll break up with him on my own because I got sick of him. But I'm not letting you be the reason why. Which, let me just say, ladies, actually anybody who is dealing with cheating, yes, you can overcome infidelity within a relationship. However, don't get so caught up in, I have to be the winner, or I'm not gonna let this bitch be the one that like took my man, or this, you know, jackass steal my girl, or whatever, that you hold on to a toxic relationship only because you don't want somebody else to be the victor in this situation. Because if that person really is a crappy partner overall, and it wasn't just some mistake that was made, they're still gonna be a crappy partner. And now you've just told them that you're okay with it. You know, it's like, that's not a prize. But if you have a long-standing relationship with somebody, they did step out, make a mistake, they are genuinely sorry, they're doing all that they can to fix it and everything, and you know, we can get past this, there's so much more love, there's a foundation built, there's all these things, then yeah, fix your relationship, work on it. Like, there's no judgment in that. It's just, don't get caught up in the ego trips of, I gotta win and you can't have him and this and that, because all you're doing is setting yourself up for misery. So, Spirit, please tell me more. What is to come in Adam22 and Lena the Plug's relationship? I guess I could just call him Adam and Lena, right? Spirit, show me what else is to come in Adam and Lena's relationship. then I will do a reading on Nicki Minaj's marriage, and then also Cardi B and Offset as well after this. So I have a few hours during the day today that I can film. I don't know. Do you guys like it when I just bomb you with like a bunch of videos at once, or should I hold on to them and just release them like every day? The thing is, like, it feels weird, like, I mean, I guess I could change my shirt when I'm filming these or whatever, but it just feels weird to like upload like multiple videos, you know, on different days, but I'm wearing like the same outfit, or my hair or makeup is the same or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, plus, like a lot of people, Apple comes out with a new phone and the one you already have doesn't want to work right. And so I don't know, like, I'm just worried about keeping a bunch of 40-minute videos in my phone and slowly releasing them. I guess I can, I don't know what I'm thinking. I can put it on private on YouTube and upload it later. Make it public later, I mean. All right. So, yeah, we do have this hangman moment coming, you know, where with this Fool card, there's a lot of mistakes that have been made. Again, he comes up as the King of Wands with this Star card of things that I tried to hide, things that I did that weren't that great, you know, are coming out with this Page of Swords, you know, the arguing between them, the Hermit card where things, because I feel like it's like weird, like, she might not be posting a whole bunch of stuff online around the time that that happens and it comes out. However, it's like then all of a sudden she starts to a little bit, but he's going to be the one that's more overboard posting things and being out there. She'll just be like, oh, that's not true. Or like, that's just an old hookup. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know, even though the truth is that it's not, you know, it is a big deal. However, then they all, you know, want to jump out online with the family and all of that, making everybody be like, oh, look how cute the baby. With this Queen of, you know, she does show up as the Queen of Wands. She's trying to create a family. She's trying to protect her family. She's trying to do what a family, what she views somebody would do, you know, when they have a family to support and they're building and working on. Again, the Sun card stuff is coming out. Strength card comes up that she is gonna have to be really strong while she works through this. The Lovers as the influence. Again, like I said, I keep getting like it being somebody from the past that they've hooked up with before. With this Wheel of Fortune and this Ace of Wands again, and then her stepping into her High Priestess power, different direction, going in a completely different direction now that your life has changed, but making it work for you and your new life and being happy with that change. I do get, you know, I keep getting with this Three of Pentacles and this Three of Cups, both of them are more fulfilled by outside things than they are within their relationship with each other. So that is definitely something that will continue between them. Because when it comes to how they sort of operate with each other, Six of Cups, he makes her a lot of promises, but then it's a lot of like later on. Like, well, we'll get married, but later on. And then it's like, when? Well, later. It's like, well, what is later to you? Is it next week or is it 20 years from now? And he doesn't know. So with this Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, when he makes those promises to her, she already knows deep inside, like, I'm going to have to either work really hard to get you to actually follow through on that, or it's never going to happen. But again, Spirit keeps talking about willfully just ignoring certain things because you have, it's like I have 60% of like what I wanted. It's more than a lot of people do, you know. That's the way that she sort of sees it. But she is going to be extremely happy being a mom. That is like her true passion in life. I do get, you know, he's actually going to be really happy with the baby too. Like, he really is. He's going to have a lot of fun being a dad. I actually feel like he's super excited about it. Much more than he lets on online. And you know what? Spirit was just, sorry, Spirit talks to me, so I was listening in Spirit. Spirit said they do have a really good time together. They are good friends with each other. There is actually like a decent foundation for this relationship. It's just more so of that she had to compromise a lot to make this relationship work. He didn't compromise so much. Him actually giving her the baby is like his biggest compromise. And even at that, he wanted the baby. He was ready to have a baby. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to get him to that place. Otherwise, if he wasn't. But it's like, I walked into your life and I have to fit into your life. You're not going to adapt to mine. You know, and anything that does change between us or in our lives or our relationship is going to be his decision. So, let's see. Oh my gosh. You know, you could feel like you have a little hair on your face and it like moves, but then you can't like get it off. That is me with the side of my face right now. Alrighty, I'm not picking my nose, guys. 5. So we'll just see what else Spirit has to say, and then we will go ahead close this out because we are getting at the 41-minute mark. At some point, she's going to leave him. She will, because with this Judgment card and this High Priestess, she's going to be choosing herself. You know, it's like, I can't do this anymore because there's the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, and then the Swords card, the Page of Swords. And it's like, we've been going back and forth. I don't get what I need from this situation. So even though right now that 60% is okay for her, you know, you become a different person as a mom. And I think that becoming a mom for a lot of people does sort of really usher them into fully accepting their divine feminine self and their womanhood and their place as a leader and a mother and all that kind of stuff. And so at some point, this is going to come down to her having to choose between, do I want to keep giving into you and supporting you in your dreams and putting myself last, or do I want to choose myself and my own personal happiness? Because the Fool card comes up in this. You know, it is about choosing happiness. It's about her feeling like I've been so unhappy for so long and I'm choosing my happiness. With this Wheel of Fortune card, that is exactly what she's doing. And then she gets the Justice card and the 10 of Pentacles. She's actually going to end up extremely happy without him by the time that she makes that choice. This is still a few years actually down the road because I feel like honestly, like their kid's probably going to be like 3 or 4 when it happens. But he's actually going to be very shocked that she leaves him. Like he would never expect that. Not the way that things have been, you know, so far in their relationship. Really, truly, like the last thing that he expects is that she's gonna leave because he comes up as this King of Swords, but he's so focused on this 9 of Cups and this 9 of Wands that he thinks that everything is okay. It's like, yeah, we fight, but we're always fine. Like, you don't go anywhere. You'll fix it. And he's so stuck on, like, you're the one that's gonna fix it, that she just, with the 6 of Swords, is like, no, I'm not, bye. I've had enough. This is his emotions after she leaves. This 5 of Cups, being so focused on what you lost. It is really going to hit him. It is really, really, truly going to hit him. But it all comes boils back down to this Lover's card and this Magician, where so much of the stuff that he did was about him and not her. Like, it wasn't enough about her. It wasn't enough about them. It was so much skewed towards him, his desires, his wants, his future, what he wanted to do. That, again, like I said, it comes up as that choice of her having to choose herself and choosing to walk away. So if by any means, Adam, you do see this, which I highly doubt anyways, it just doesn't really get me that Adam would be the kind of person that would watch psychic readings, even if they're about himself anyways. But if you, for whatever reason, you do watch this, that woman loves the hell out of you. She really, truly does. You love her too. Like, I do see that. Give the girl some attention, spend time with her, love on her, let her be her, let her grow and evolve, support her through that, because it truly is supposed to be a partnership. And, you know, at some point, everybody has a breaking point, and you can love somebody so much that you're willing to do everything for them, but at some point that runs out, and you will find that point coming at some point, and you're going to be really sad when it does. So I just want you to maybe, you know, there's still time to change this. There's still time to step up. There's still time to be a better partner to her. So anyways, guys, I hope that this helped. That was very crazy. Like, I didn't expect that I was going to get those things out of this reading, to be honest with you. I hope that you guys are all doing okay and having calm. I hope that at some point, you know, I get off of recording and look at the news and they're like, okay, we called it, it's done, like, so that way we can just breathe. At this point, I'm like, I just want to know what's going to happen so I can prepare myself either way. That is why I'm a reader. I am a nosy biatch. I hate not knowing the answers to things. So anyways, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning back in. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the things. It really does help. Thank you so much for getting me to over 200 subscribers. That's amazing. And I will definitely be back with more videos soon. I gotta go make my kid lunch, and then I will be back. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you wanted to book your own personal private reading with me, it is psychicbellalove.com. Use Bella20 at checkout so that you can save 20% off your personal reading with me. So thanks, guys. Have a good one.